Observing from the edge of the universe far across the stars, in a secluded corner of the galaxy, a planet known as Zarthor stood silently, its crystal structures reflecting the soft light of distant suns. The planet was home to the Vardok, a highly advanced race of beings who had long since abandoned the ways of war. They had mastered technology and peace, building a society based on cooperation and understanding. With their towering, slender forms and smooth skin, the Vardok were a race of peaceful scholars, thinkers, and explorers. They had seen countless other species rise and fall, and none had truly intrigued them until they began observing humanity. The Vardok had never seen a species like humanity before. They were curious about the raw, untamed emotions that seemed to fuel humans, the anger, the determination, and the fury. While the Vardok had evolved to suppress their emotions, humanity seemed to thrive on them. It was this contrast that fascinated the Vardok, who set out to study Earth from their distant vantage point. At first they observed from afar, watching as humans struggled against the harsh conditions of their planet. Earth, a world full of natural disasters, wars, and internal conflict, seemed like a place where survival would be impossible for any species. Yet, over and over again, humanity prevailed. They adapted, they fought, and they rebuilt. The Vardok could not understand how a species so fragile, so prone to conflict, could endure for so long. The turning point, one particular event caught the Vardok's attention. An alien species, the Yorith, descended upon Earth with overwhelming force. The Yorith were a technologically superior species, their ships dark and menacing, their soldiers formidable and ruthless. They saw Earth as a valuable resource and had no intention of negotiating. They would conquer or destroy it. What the Yorith didn't account for was humanity's resolve. As the Yorith invaded, human forces, scattered and divided, suddenly unified, in a way the Vardok had never seen before. Earth's governments, once at odds, now worked together to defend their home. Ordinary civilians took up arms, driven by the need to protect their families, their homes, and their planet. The battle was fierce, and the humans were outmatched in every way. The Yorith had better technology, more powerful weapons, and greater numbers. Yet the humans fought back with something far more dangerous: rage. Every time they were pushed to the brink, they came back stronger. Their anger was not a weakness. It was a fuel, driving them to victory after victory. The Vardok watched, captivated, as humanity's fury tore through the alien forces. The humans' unwavering determination to protect their world became clear. Even when their cities were reduced to rubble, when their families were lost, they refused to yield. It was then that the Vardok realized that human rage was not just an emotion. It was a force that could not be easily contained, a force that could level entire civilizations if unleashed. The moment of fury, the war between the Yorith and humanity raged on for months. Cities were razed, millions of lives were lost, and yet the Yorith were no closer to winning. They had underestimated the strength of human will. As the final battle neared, the Yorith launched their most devastating assault yet, a full-scale bombardment from orbit, meant to annihilate humanity once and for all. But the humans, battered and broken, did not retreat. Instead, they rallied. Their rage surged in a final, explosive wave. It was as if the entire planet was one unified force, fighting for its survival. The Vardok, still observing from a safe distance, could feel the intensity of the humans' emotions radiating from the planet's surface. The humans fought not just for survival, but for the very essence of their species. The Yorith, confident in their victory, did not anticipate the sheer power of human resilience. With their cities shattered and their armies dwindling, humanity rose from the ashes. They launched one final, desperate counterattack, and in the chaos that followed, they drove the Yorith from their world. For the first time in the Vardok's history, they saw an entire species surrender to the power of emotion. The Yorith, unable to comprehend the strength of human rage, fled the planet, leaving Earth forever scarred but free. The first contact, as the smoke cleared and humanity began to rebuild, The Vardok made their decision. It was time to make contact. Having observed humanity for so long, they could no longer ignore the power that resided within them. They sent an emissary, Azkar, to Earth. Azkar was one of the highest-ranking Vardok leaders, a being of intellect and grace. He had seen the devastation of the war, the fury that had consumed Earth, and now he sought to understand it. Azkar's arrival on Earth was met with tension. The humans, still recovering from the invasion, were wary of any outsiders. But Azkar came not as an enemy, but as an observer, wishing to learn from humanity and offer them an alliance. As he descended from his ship, a human leader stepped forward to greet him. The moment was charged with uncertainty. The humans had fought for their survival, and they would not bow to any other species, no matter how advanced. Azkar, dressed in his elegant shimmering robes, extended an olive branch to the humans. "We come not to conquer," he said, "but to understand. Your rage, your strength, it is unlike anything we have ever witnessed." The human leader, standing firm, looked into Azkar's eyes and replied, "If you want to understand us, then you must know this: we don't back down. Ever." It was clear that humanity would not be easily swayed. But there was respect in their eyes, a shared understanding that despite their differences, they were both forces to be reckoned with. The new order over time. The Vardok came to respect humanity. They offered Earth a place in the galactic community, a position of equality rather than subjugation. The humans in turn agreed, but only on their terms. They would never allow themselves to be ruled by another species. The Vardok, having once been the dominant force in the galaxy, now saw that humanity was something new, something unpredictable and unstoppable. The humans' rage was a force that could topple empires and change the course of history. The Vardok began to understand that in the vastness of the galaxy, it was this primal drive that made humanity unique. Humanity's place in the galaxy was now assured, not through peace and diplomacy, but through rage. They had earned their respect by surviving, by fighting, and by refusing to bow to anyone. The Vardok, once the dominant force, now stood alongside humanity, learning from their strength. Humanity forever. Now, centuries after the war with the Yorth, humanity had become one of the most powerful forces in the galaxy. They had built alliances with other species, but none dared challenge their resolve. The rage that had once been their downfall was now their greatest weapon. Humanity's legacy stretched far across the stars. Their ships, once primitive, now soared through the galaxy with unmatched precision. They had become a symbol of indomitable will, a force that could not be swayed no matter the challenge. And as the stars glimmered in the distance, one truth remained clear. The galaxy would never forget the day when humanity's rage reshaped the universe. For the first time in history, the galaxy was forced to recognize the unstoppable force that was humanity.